Hello, and welcome to Little Rain Manga Reviews. So this is just an extra channel that I'm adding onto another one where I have done some music videos and a couple other random things. So in this channel, what I'm trying to do is just review manga. And as you can see, I have accumulated a lot over the past 12 years. I've really been collecting them since I was 12 or 13. And I have over 1,400 different volumes, and as you can see, there's not only just manga on the shelf, there are some American comics as well, but overall I just tend to like manga better. And you'll also see stuff on here like Bone, or Amulet, or Elephant Man, that I might be reviewing at some point. So the reason I am doing this channel is because while I was accumulating manga, I found it very difficult to really find new series when I wanted to pick them up, and very little information out there besides just reading Amazon reviews or a few things from Anime News Network or a couple kind of other sites that didn't really focus on manga but just happened to have stuff up there on maybe Naruto or Bleach or One Piece. As you might be able to notice of my collection, I do have Naruto and Bleach and One Piece, and they're some of my favorite titles. However, if you're kind of looking for anything alternative to that, it can be really hard in this market to separate out different titles. So what I'm really trying to do is kind of give you all the information that you might need to try some new titles. So something else you'll probably be wondering is, why don't I just read everything online? Why don't I just get all of the JPEG files on Naruto, Bleach, One Piece, and just read them as they're coming out in Japan and not have to spend, thousands of dollars on this manga collection that I've created? And the answer to that is, I personally don't like reading stuff on the computer, and I personally also believe that the manga industry is dying in the United States. I know that we're bringing more and more manga in every day, and that's really awesome, but sales in general are really hurting for manga industries, and I don't know about anyone else that's listening, but in my area, we used to have a lot of stores that carried manga, and now my local comic store doesn't carry it anymore. And I'm not saying that's all downhill for them right now. I mean, they're making a decent amount of money, and that's great. And you know what? This is the internet. I understand people pirate things, and once a week, I do read the latest chapter of some of my favorite series. However, when it comes to things I don't need to read once a week, like that's in Shonen Jump, I usually like to just read them as they come out in America. People complain all the time about bad translations or how they wish some of their favorite series would actually be translated. And the real problem is that no one is actually buying them because we can read them all on the internet. So I understand also that manga is expensive. We're in a recession right now, and I'm not saying the fall of the manga industry is your fault for pirating a chapter. I'm never going to hate on anyone for scanlating. And I think that the scanlating community does an amazing job at translating and putting all of this effort into something they're usually not paid for. So it's not the scanlators' fault. It's not the people that read it. I just think overall, if we also aren't buying, it really creates a problem. So, it's all situational. If you're not able to actually purchase manga, or, just financially it's not plausible, or if you live in an area that you just can't get hold on to some of the series that you really want to read, then that's totally understandable, and I'm not going to hate on anyone. And if you have the ability to, I'm not going to judge your life. But just try to keep in mind that that's why I collect so much manga, and the importance of when you actually go into a store and buy a volume of something. And you're not only buying that volume, but you're making it so that publisher knows that that series is successful. It might bring over other series that are similar to it. We don't really have a voting system like they have in Japan, where people vote on their favorite series, and it's easy to tell what people like. In America, you pretty much have to vote with your dollar. You pretty much have to purchase things to let anyone know what's popular. So I hope you just take those things into consideration. Alright. So you may be wondering how I will be doing these reviews, because I think if you're going to be looking up a review for every single volume of something, it's going to get old really fast. And I also think that the majority of people are probably going to be looking at the review for just the first volume. And I think that reviewing an entire series sometimes is also really important. So what I'm going to be doing is doing a review for, I'm going to be doing a couple different sets of reviews. One type of review I'm going to do is one of just a single volume. So that's for anyone that just wants to know what the first volume of something's like and may or may not continue with it. Another type of review I'll be doing is a general review, and that'll just be one that I do after the first 5 volumes. So this is more of a review that's saying, okay, after 5 volumes, there's a certain set of things that you probably should establish as a series. Another type of review that I'm going to be doing after that is every 10 volumes I will also be reviewing. So one at the first volume, one at the 5th volume, and then it would be 15, 25, 35, and it'll just keep going up like that. And then once a series is completed, I will also be posting a review of that completed series. So you're getting the first volume, you're getting an update on how the series is as a whole, and then how it is at the very end after reading it. So again, on the later volume reviews, I'm going to be trying to not have any spoilers included, but just keep in mind what you're going to be listening to for those reviews. So I really don't want to turn these reviews into just opinion pieces on how I feel about new manga that are out. I really want to review old titles, new titles, and kind of put them into contrast with each other, and also explain some of their significance throughout history and certain titles that might be drawing on other ones. So I'm really striving to have this also be community-based. So if there's any, I'm going to be going through these titles, kind of actually starting with the ones that I really like and I feel haven't gotten much attention at all through other reviewers or just through manga media sites that try to promote new titles. So I'm kind of starting with the fringe ones that I favor. But if there's any series that you saw up on my shelf, you know, either in the beginning segment or just you're wondering if I might have them, you know, just write it down in the comment section. And odds are, especially now since I don't really have any viewers or followers or anything yet, I will be very likely to listen to those comments and tell you how I feel about them. I hope you tune in next time for my first manga review, and that's going to be for the series Claymore. All right, enjoy.